little bit of an experiment here, so bear with me. I am going to attempt to take everybody on a horseback ride today, a spiritual ride in the Sonoran Desert with me and my horses. So a little bit of adjustment period here. Sorry about this, guys, but I'm learning just like everybody else is. So, welcome to my channel. I'm going to start calling this Tune-Up Tuesdays with Tina. And we're just going to go horseback riding. I'm going to play my flute. We might have some spiritual chats about things. This is live, but I won't be able to respond. So, guys, if you like it, share it with people. I'm going to try and do this for the ones that, you know, can't get out into this beautiful desert. Look at this. Isn't this amazing? And this is my trusty steed, Ziba. She's going to be part of it. And then this is Wendy, my companion, and Jewel, my other horse. I never ride alone, and I might elaborate on that on this particular horseback ride because I feel like I want to share a story about my horse journey. So anyway, I'm going to put my helmet on, get ready, get up on the horse. So bear with me here. This is everything that we do to prepare to go horseback riding. And it's funny because we always run into people on the trail and they're like, oh, you've got it so easy. It must be nice to just be able to get on a horse and ride and not have to do all the work that it requires for walking. Well, little do they know, I've been up since 6 this morning. I've fed the horses, bathed the horse, brushed the horse, loaded them, came out here, loaded the trailer. So there's a lot that goes into trail riding, folks. You may think it's really simple and we just sit up on our trusty steeds and everything just sort of happens, but it doesn't work that way. Come here, baby. Give me your mouth. So this is a new style bit that I'm trying, so I'm a little awkward at it, as you can see. But my lovely sister-in-law got this for me, and I'm trying it out, and I think I really like it. It is a bit that comes off of a halter like this. So it's a trail bit, trail halter. So you can take it off when you're not riding, and you can leave it on when you're riding. That way you don't have to worry about other a lead, you know, a halter and things like that. Okay, baby. You might want to double check your cinch, Wendy, because she tends to blow out.
Are you filming now?
Yeah.
You should probably look at it, just make sure this morning. It should be fine. I just tightened it again. It should be fine.
Hold her for me. One more. I know, baby. There we go. There you go. Now, can you get on okay? So folks, I'm always prepared. First aid kit.
Yeah. Sorry, that horn just spooked for a sec. I got it.
There you go. Okay, whoa, Ziba. Now I use a mounting block just because not to hurt my horse's backs. Okay. Hold on. I tightened it so tight, but it's crooked. Okay. And I'm gonna have to get down. Hang on. See, folks, this is why it's such a exercise. Up, down, up, down, up, down. But once we get started, It'll be really, really nice. A nice little ride for our girls, get them out. Now Ziva, my little girl here, she's 12. Jules, 23. Isn't she pretty? Jules, a pretty girl. Okay, Ziva, you make me get up a cold turkey. Okay. Whoa! That wasn't cool. Huh. Good thing it happened here. Yeah. What? Stirrup came off, folks. It's okay though. We fixed it. Make sure I get it the right adjustment here. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing here. My stirrup came off. Is that a sign I need to lose weight? Ha ha ha. Yeah, because I went to get on and I couldn't.
I just wanted to make sure you
I've tightened it yet.
rock right ahead of you. You wanted to stand up.
Oh boy, the stirrups are good. Hey, let's go over here. Let's try this. The stirrups look even, Wendy? Okay, feels pretty good. Okay, let's go. Good girl. So this is the beautiful Sonoran Desert that we're riding in. This is in Scottsdale, Arizona, Freshfield. Freshfield, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Oh, look at the beautiful scenery. Now the etiquette on the trail, anytime that you ride a horse, everybody is supposed to yield to horses. Most people are pretty courteous and considerate. I think there's some people that just don't know the trail etiquette or they just don't care. But my girls are really good about being around hikers and bicyclists and all that, so they're okay with that. We usually let the bicyclists go through, continue through, because they have a tougher time than we do. You see, baby. Good girl. while we're walking, I just want to tell you how I got introduced to horses and how they've become such a huge part of my life. When I was a little girl, I remember being 3 years old, being put on one of those ponies at one of the county fairs that just walked around in circles. And it just rocked my world. I just remember the feeling, the butterflies in my tummy, and how great I felt being on top of a horse. Well, fast forward 23 years, I get a horse out of the blue. My husband knew this gentleman from Oklahoma and sort of got back into horses. So I got a horse. And I started really getting into it, riding, just trail riding and things like that. And then my mom decided to get a horse. And we were in Tucson, Arizona. And she had a horse just for a few months, and I had a horse for about 6 months. So we were pretty green. Anyway, that night we went out for a ride. My mom's horse was old, and he was barn sour. So unfortunately, he would try to run back to the barn, which can be very dangerous. And on this night, I remember it clearly, October 6th, 1988, her horse decided to take off running back to the barn. And I was behind her on my horse trying to catch her. She lost control of the reins, and she fell off and died in front of me. And I was out in the middle of nowhere by myself with my mom. And fortunately, a neighbor heard me yelling, screaming, and she came out. We didn't have cell phones then. So she went back in the house and called 911 and came back out and helped me. She was a nurse and helped me with the CPR. I won't go into the details on that because that was not something I really want to bring up again. But anyway, my mom did pass. So I knew I had to get back on a horse. So that week after her passing, my brother, my dad, and I went horseback riding. And that was it. I sold everything, got rid of them, didn't want nothing to do with horses ever again. And a few years later, 1992 or 91, I bought a house with horse property just for resale value. Little did I know. And so there was a lady about 2 blocks from my house that I just bought, and she had a horse out front. And I had a little boy. He was about 1.5 years. And I said, you know, I'm going to go down. And I brought carrots and asked if I could feed the horse carrots. And she said, sure. And I just told her my name and where I lived. And 2 weeks later, she calls me out of the blue and says, hey, do you want to go to a horse auction with me? And I really wasn't feeling it, but my husband's like, go, you need to get out. I said, okay. So as we're driving down to Benson for this horse auction, we start talking. And she starts talking about how she lost her brother. And I go, yeah, I lost my brother too. And she says, yeah, my brother died of AIDS. I go, wow, so did my brother. And I go, he was at the VA hospital, and we were in Tucson at the time. And she goes, was he a blonde-haired kid that liked science fiction? And I go, well, yeah, he is. He was. She goes, I knew him. She used to volunteer at the library cards at the VA hospital, and she would give books to my brother. Talk about a small world, okay? And there is no coincidences in the world. I believe that this happened for a reason. And she said, you know, if you ever get a horse, you can keep them at my house. I still had no intentions of ever getting a horse after the trauma I went through. So, hi guys. Thank you.
Good morning. We scared all the snakes away.
I sure hope you did, because the last time I was here, the bicyclist did not do that.
They didn't?
Nope. Nope. I ran across too many snakes. Have a great ride, guys. So anyway, I had no intention of getting a horse. Well, unbeknownst to me, my husband decided I should have a horse. So he found a horse in Florence behind a bar. And the barkeep says, I have this barmaid and she can't afford the horse. She got a divorce and the horse is starving. So that's how I got my first horse after the accident. And the horses healed me. They healed my trauma. They helped me get through all of the pain that I had from the loss and the tragedy. Come on. Good morning.
How are you?
Awesome. How are you?
Good. The few, I think it's like
Okay.
As long as they see them, they're usually really pretty good.
like I got a lot of bicyclists today, which is wonderful. It's good training for the girls. So anyway, that was my healing journey with horses, and I've been connected ever since. And have an amazing bond with my girls and their healing horses. They do a lot of energy work on people for me. Now that's the Mystic Horse Journey portion. Hi guys. I'd get off, but I'd rather have you get off in the snakes than me.
Hey there. Enjoy the ride.
You too. Thank you. So, I use horses in my work. It's called Mystic Horse Journeys, and I will take people out on a horseback ride like this. And we'll have a session. I play my flute, but the horses are working on the person. They're taking the energy, the stuck energy in the person's body, and they're running it through them, and they're transmuting it. So earlier you didn't see, but Ziva was doing a lot of yawning earlier. And she was just releasing the energy that I had in my body that just doesn't serve me or serve her. Horses are amazing. I never ride by myself because of that accident. There's just some things that I'm an extremely cautious rider. Hence, that's why I wear a helmet and pay attention to everything, and I check my gear on a regular basis. Just because I know accidents can happen out of the blue. So I try to be prepared. And it's crazy, I'm still out here riding after all that trauma. And I've had a few other accidents since then, and I still ride horses because they're so healing to me, they're so therapeutic. And you'll see why. I'm going to be quiet here in a little bit, and you're just going to take in this breathtaking scenery that we get to enjoy on a regular basis. So take today, feed your soul, do something that makes you happy. If you enjoy the outdoors and nature, do that. But do something that will quiet your mind and bring you inner peace. And for all those people that are out there that can't ride horses, take this opportunity to ride along with us. Ride along on this magical journey with these girls, Miss Ziva and Miss Jewel. They're beautiful, beautiful horses. That mountain over there in the distance, that's Granite Mountain. There's times that we can park out there and ride around, or we can ride from here all the way around Granite Mountain and back. That's a few hours though. We're not going to do that today. She knows I don't like heights, but she insists on walking right on the edge. Scares me every time. Come on, baby. Look at that beautiful view. I thought I heard a bell, so let's get off the path and let these nice people come on by. I tend not to get off the path when it's summer like this because of the rattlesnakes, but it looks pretty clear. Thank you for the bell.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Enjoy your ride.
Yeah, you too. You as well.
Thanks, enjoy.
You too. Very courteous people. They had a little bell. I kept hearing a bell, and I'm like, what is that? And that was them telling us that they were behind us, and they were waiting patiently. Obviously, they're going faster than we are, so we're going to let them go through. I only go hiking on 4 hooves. I'm not much of a bicyclist or a hiker. But I love my horses. the magnificent view. And how the sun just kisses the top of the cactus and it makes it deceivingly look like it's soft and supple, but everything out here will bite you. If you're watching this live video, if there's something that you'd like to see, or if there's an area that you'd like to go ride in, give me a shout. I don't have a problem traveling. Maybe we could go up to Sedona one day, or up to Flagstaff, or maybe down into Tucson or somewhere like that. If there's an area of Arizona that you would love to go horseback riding on, drop me a line, let me know, and maybe we can arrange an intimate ride in that particular area for you. Mm-hmm.
Howdy.
Thank you.
Hi.
Have a good ride. Ziva usually stops for every hiker, especially kids. She loves little kids. But then she thinks everybody should pet her and give her treats too when she stops. Doesn't always happen though. Definitely going to take you guys for a ride when the desert blooms. When we get just a little bit of rain, it's amazing how this all turns green and everything just starts to flower. It's beautiful. You don't realize that there's so many flowers in the desert. But there are certain times of the year where it's breathtaking to come through here and see all of the little yellow and purple and pink flowers everywhere. Now we do have mountain lion here, bobcat, deer, lots of rattlesnakes, lizards. We even have black bear in this area. Coyotes, of course, and javelina, the normal desert animals too. I'm going to give a shout out to Dave, the gentleman, the dentist that came and took care of my girl's teeth. Ziva was always throwing her head, and evidently her teeth were bothering her. She's supposed to get the teeth done once a year, and I skipped a year because of things that just got hectic, and I forgot about it. So I'm glad to see that she's no longer flinging her head. We've got everything adjusted correctly in her mouth. And Jewel, my old girl, she's lost some teeth, but that's normal. You know, when the horses get older, they can lose their teeth, and she's got a couple loose ones now, and they'll just naturally fall out. As a horse gets older, their teeth grow, and that's where it means long in the tooth. You're a little long in the tooth means they're old. I don't know if you've heard that saying or not. Oh, look at the biplane up there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a red biplane up there in the sky. We have a lot of vintage airplanes out here. Of course, Tucson has the Pima Air Museum, which is amazing. If you like airplanes and war memorabilia, unbelievable. They've got such a beautiful setup there. And then south of Tucson and Green Valley is the Titan Missile Museum, which is a hidden gem. Not everybody knows about that. But you can take a tour and go down 5 stories in the ground and see a nuclear missile that has been disarmed from the SALT II treaty in the 80s. And you can take a tour, and it's a wonderful, wonderful piece of history to look at also. And all this is in Arizona, believe it or not. Now I'll give a shout out if you want to do horseback riding when you come to visit in Arizona and you have a group of people. Patty at MTM Ranch up at Spur Cross in Cave Creek is amazing. She has wonderful horses. She's very safety oriented, and she's been doing it a long time. So highly recommend if you want to hire a dude strength to go out. Spur Cross is breathtaking also. I don't do those types of rides. Mine are more of a spiritual, one-on-one healing session. So my horses are used differently. And I'm selective on who I allow to come out, for safety reasons, of course. I am a psychic and a medium. I do trance healing. And so I incorporated the love of horses in with my work. So I do horse healing clinics a few times a year. Like I said, they're not like your normal horse healing that you go to for horse therapy. Mine are more spiritually based. And I do energy healing, I do trance healing, and chakra tune-ups with tuning forks during my horse healing clinics. And mine are pretty much an all-day event where you can be with the horses, and we have some activities that we do to help with healing. So if you're interested in that, just check out my website. I really don't have anything planned for the summer because it's too hot. But in the fall, I'll plan some events. We should talk a little bit about mediumship. What is mediumship and how does it work? There is physical mediums and mental mediums, the two types. Mental mediums are what you're used to seeing. The Teresa Caputo, the James Von Fogg, Tyler Henry, they're all mental mediums, which means they're seeing spirit, they're communicating with spirit, but nobody else is seeing them. Now, physical mediumship is a little bit different. Physical mediumship, that medium produces a substance that spirit can utilize and materialize in. So the difference is if you sit with a physical medium, everybody in the room will see the physical phenomenon taking place to prove that there is life thereafter, that we don't die. Our vessels die, but our souls don't. Our spirit lives on. And that's what mediums talk to from the other side. They tap into the soul, into the energy of the person that has crossed over, because that's still living. The body isn't, but the soul carries on. And that's how mediums can talk. They connect in with the spirit loved one that has crossed over. And they get evidence proving that who they're talking to. Now you get a really good medium, a really good evidential medium, and you wouldn't question it one bit, because they would come through with information that nobody else would know. That's a real good evidential medium. I had a reading one time from Darren Britton, a fabulous medium in the UK. And he had given me this reading, and my mom had stepped in. Now, my mom died in '88, and I've had lots of readings, and my mom has stepped in before. But this time it was different, because when my mom stepped in and she told Darren, she wanted me to know that she died instantly. And that's huge for me, because during the accident, I never understood why when she fell off the horse, she didn't stop her fall at all. And I always wondered about that. And then when I got to her, I knew that she was gone. So even though when the paramedics came, they still tried to work on her, but in my heart, I just knew that she had already passed on. So by Darren coming through and my mom telling him that information that nobody would have known, because it was just me and her there. There was nobody else there. For him to say, your mom wants you to know that she died instantly, that was huge healing for me, that I know that she didn't suffer. So those are the types of messages that mediums can give you to help you with the healing, to help you with the grief, and to help you understand that life continues on and that there is a God. Now, it was a real eye-opener for me when he said that. I'm like, that just put my heart at ease, knowing that. Just confirmed what I felt. So that's what mediums can do for you. And there's varying different ways that mediums work. I am a medium and I do healing. And I am a conduit for spirit healers to work through me. So I sit in an altered state called a trance state, and I allow the spirit doctors, the spirit healers, to work through my energy, to work on a person in the room with me for healing purposes. I know it sounds a little far-fetched, guys. You have to experience it to believe it. But it does happen, and I've had some amazing, amazing healings take place through these amazing spirit doctors on the other side. I have had tumors shrunk. I have had people go from stage 4 kidney disease to stage 3 and keep them at that level to keep them off dialysis. Spirit has had some success with some cancers. They do really well with backs and eyes. So for those people that live in chronic pain and aren't getting any relief, and you are under the care of a physician, why not add a little trance healing to see if it helps you? I believe that spirit healing can work in conjunction with the medical community for the best results that we can get for the client. So I love when people are seeing a doctor and then they see me, and you can actually gauge the results of what's happening. I have a woman in England that I've been working with. She had cancer a few years ago, and it came back, and it's metastasized throughout her body. And I've been working with her remotely, and I teach her how to work with her own healing team also. And I just got a voice message from her saying that she had her PET scan done, and the doctor said, I don't know what you're doing, but the cancer has decreased significantly, and keep doing whatever you're doing because it's working. So she is going with treatment with the doctor, and she is using the spirit healers both for optimal results. And that's how I see things to be used. So do a little research. If it resonates with you, you might look at some of the different options of healings out there to work with the doctors to help you with your pain or to help you with your recovery. A lot of people use me for recovery also. They have a surgery, and the healers come in and help the downtime. So these are just some of the things out there that you may not be aware of. The wind sort of messes with the flute a little bit. yeah, we're not gonna go that way, baby. Mhm. It's like, but I want to go back to the trailer. No, we're not going to chase the lizard, Ziva. Ziva's a very curious horse, and one time I came out to the barn, and she had her head about 6 inches away from a coiled up rattlesnake. She's like, "What are you?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I thought I had heart failure." So I did a flying leap with a manure fork and hit the snake to disengage it off of her. So then, of course, it came after me. Not a fun time. You want to play? There you go. Oh yeah, she'll stay. She's good. She'll follow me. Mm-hmm. I'll walk away. You notice that that tree there, that's not really a tree, that's a cactus that's decomposed, that's died. So that's what it looks like inside a cactus, inside of those big saguaros. Now the saguaros are only grown here in the desert, in the Sonoran desert. And if you look right over there, that shrub there, something's been eating it, probably deer. They'll eat the bark off of them, believe it or not, even though it has spines. But, you know, they're hungry. Come on. Pay attention to me.
Wind is just blowing it right off the front.
Yeah, when it's windy, you really can't play it, huh? Okay, you want to take the lead?
Yeah.
A little different perspective. used to be an old ranch, so you see the old barbed wire from where they used to keep the cattle in. It's all along here. You have to be careful not to not to get your horses in it. Bunch over there. It takes hundreds of years for these saguaro cactuses to grow to what you're seeing right now, believe it or not. There's one in front of me that you can see has died. And they make a lot of ornamental things out of that wood. Beautiful. Now this is a preserve, so you can't take anything out of here. You see right over there, there's these little chartreuse flowers. I think those are called hedgehogs, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, things are really going to start to bloom because it's the springtime. These green trees here, they're called palo verdes, and they get these beautiful yellow flowers on them. This is a higher elevation, so they haven't come up this far yet, but at my house, the yellow flowers are blooming. And the saguaros, they get little flowers on top of the crown of them, and they'll bloom too. You're starting to see some buds. It's a little white on top of the saguaros, and then the flowers will come up, it'll bud up, and then it'll bloom. I believe the Yaqui and Papago Indians in Tucson actually harvest the saguaro flowers. And they make, I think they make jam out of them. I know they do with the prickly pear, but they also harvest the saguaros. Hey there, just making sure it's still working. This is an experiment for me, so thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm going to continue on. I just wanted to make sure it was still working. I did one last week or a few weeks ago, and I thought it was filming and nothing. But But that's okay. This is a beautiful day, perfect day for this. It's good to have a short horse, because then you don't hit the trees. Ziva's a little girl. She's only like 14.3. Jewel is a little bit bigger. She's like 15.3. Ziva's going to be my retirement horse, because if I fall off, it's not that far to fall. Now see that magnificent saguaro? That is huge. That's taken hundreds of years for that to grow. I had one saguaro at my barn get struck by lightning a few years ago. And when the lightning hit it, the arms fell off, like those arms, those big ones, and a loud thud. I mean, it shook the ground when they fell, and we could not pick them up. We had to cut them with a chainsaw in order just to get rid of the arms. They weigh so much. They carry so much water in them. They weigh tons. And if it were to fall on a building or a car, it would crush them. That's how much they weigh. So it's amazing that they are able to grow and stand with the short root system that they have. They're amazing. Okay, I see her. She's up there. Yeah. Good girl. Doesn't Jewel look beautiful? I've had her since she was 3, and she's 23 now. I believe she's, I don't know, she says, yeah, she's 24, and I think she'll be 24 this year. This September. Had to think, because she's the same age as my youngest son. Anyway, she's been part of the family since she was 3. I had her brother Bob, and he lived to be the age of 32. He was such a beautiful horse. He really helped me heal through the trauma of the accident and everything that I went through. Grief is a strange thing, and nobody grieves the same. Everybody can grieve their own unique way, and it just takes time. So as a medium and as a healer, I deal with a lot of people with grief and trauma, and help them understand it and give them tools so that they can help heal themselves. Just like Spirit helped heal me from my trauma. Now, these are big power lines that run through a lot of Arizona territory. You'll see them as you're driving along the freeways. And I particularly don't like to be underneath them because the electricity that they put off gives me the EBGBs, but sometimes we just sort of have to because that's the trail. Look at this. That was the big mountain over there that we rode down on and came down and dropped down into the valley. But the scenery, I mean, it's absolutely breathtaking. The big boulders. It's amazing how God just plants these boulders in such a beautiful, majestic way. And this is Granite Mountain up here. Absolutely gorgeous. In the distance over there, you see the 4 Peaks. That's called 4 Peaks, believe it or not. And we have a brewery here, local brewery named after that, 4 Peaks Brewery. somebody behind us, Eva. I don't know why you're looking back there. Jewel walks a lot faster than her sister because she's got bigger legs, longer legs. Oh, there is a bicyclist. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, come on by. Bicycle.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine. She's good. You long before you even were seen. I knew there was something back there. She kept looking back like, okay, something behind me coming up. Good girl. Guys, I wish I could bottle the smell for you that out here in the desert right now. It's absolutely wonderful. And Ziva had a bath, so she's got conditioner on, and she smells like hair and or mane and tail conditioner. If you know what that is, they sell it in the supermarkets. A lot of people use it for them. I mean, look at that gorgeous setting over there with the saguaros in the backdrop of the rocks. It's hard to believe it's more beautiful in person, guys.